I hope you didn't come here to make such a trivial conversation. Why are you here this time, Duke? Well, I certainly hope your offering proves itself to be worthy of my time. Because honestly, I'm not too keen on letting it be wasted. A prisoner? You brought a mere slave into my domain as your offering. Right. And how is this slave? Meant to be any different from the many other sentient blood bags I purchased? Oh, you poor fool. Do you know how many self-proclaimed clever peasants have tried to deceive me with such a ridiculous claim? A slave who is gifted with a rare blood type. It would be wise not to pull such a scam on an immortal lord such as myself. The real deal, huh? Fine. But if this proves to be some form of deception, I will have your head on a stake. Wait. What is this sound? All right, Duke. It seems that your mouth may not be full of cunning fabrications. How much? Done. Now leave before I decide to make you dispenser for later use. Congratulations, mortal. You have been purchased by the most high-ranking immortal aristocrat that these lands have the honor or dishonor of meeting. Oh dear, you seem to have misunderstood me. You are my property now, pretty girl. Your life is mine, and from on out, you will be obeying my every command, while also being my personal blood bank. There is no going home. This is your home now. Silence! You're in no position to make demands. Now be a good and faithful girl and walk with me. Since your new master is bringing you into our home, it is wise to introduce myself and give you a tour. My name is Erna Carmilla Morganville, the third, daughter of Erna Carmilla Morganville II, and the sole heir of the Morganville dynasty. My family holds power and wealth that has lasted for generations, and is beyond your misty comprehension. It is only recently that my grandmother, as she was pregnant with my mother, discovered a secret to immortality. But at a cost. A cost that is, to this day, well worth it. As this mansion once belonged to her, it was passed down to her daughter, and now it has been passed down to me. Goodness, no! I mean, my grandmother has perished at the hands of hunters. But my mother is very much alive. She has her own mansion and place of business, so she gave me this place. And as you can see, I had many thralls and servants fill its hall with decorations of my liking. Much like my mother, I hold. Unique and selective tastes. Why, yes, this section is my personal art gallery. The collection that you see here has a history that spans over the course of centuries. Many beautiful works of architecture and self-portraits of me, my family, our dynasty, and our overall influence. Who knows? Perhaps one day, my faithful pretty lady, you'll become a part of this collection too. There it is again. That scent. No, it's not like a stench. I can tell that the Duke was kind enough to lather you with a pleasantly scented perfume. No, there is a different kind of scent. One that smells sweet, alluring, and most especially addicting. Perhaps it is the smell of the sweat that stems from your fear and excitement, perhaps. No matter, let us continue. So you may have noticed my many thralls and servants rushing back and forth as if they're chickens who have lost their heads. Some are slaves that I have specifically purchased, much like yourself. Others were foolish hunters or adventurers who thought they would win some kind of grand prize if they successfully destroyed me. Obviously, that didn't go so well for them. You'll be seeing them often, so get used to it. To the left over, there is my guest dining hall. I specifically saved that for courting various guests of high standing and royalty. This often only ends up being my mother, but once in a blue moon, there are royals from neighboring kingdoms that wish to conduct business with our family. So it is best to have something prepared just in case. Don't fret, baby girl. You will be well fed and with proper nourishment. In fact, I have a separate dining room that we will use to dine together. After all, I plan on feeding off of you for years to come. My mouth is already floating with water just thinking about it. The mere sample from earlier proved more than enough to match my taste and piqued my interest. Oh, you poor thing. There is no use in shying away from me. If you couldn't already tell, I get what I want. I will take what I want and whenever I want it. Is to get another taste of you, but not now. We still have a tour to finish. Tell me something, mortal. Did you have a family before this? Before you were brought to me by that duke? I see. Well, consider it both a blessing and a curse, although I personally see it more than a blessing. Because, baby girl, it means that I can have you all to myself. And I won't expect a sudden barrage of knights and hunters coming to free you from my clutches. Not that I would allow it anyways, since I'm the one who brought you. That means I will be the one to take care of you. I will provide you with comfort, care, and pleasure. And you will provide me with nourishment and sustenance. Now let's move on. Now, I want you to feast your eyes on this. This doll face is just one of many closets that houses only the finest of garments. Why yes, they are indeed very colorful and bright. I'm not quite sure what you were expecting. Oh, by the way, this room is the red section. Yes, I colored the code in each of my closets. Right across the hall from it is the blue section. The next door down is green. That one is pink. So on and so forth. Speaking of clothing, this attire of yours, it's clearly ruined and in tatters. I can't stand to look at it anymore. Okay. Hold still and I promise the only blood that will be drawn is when this is feeding time. And done. Oh my! This body of yours is a lot more feminine than I thought. Here. Well, don't just stand there. Go and get changed. Your master demands it. Good. You look a lot better in this compared to those old rags. Now sit still for me for a second. Just as I thought. This sound, it's nothing like I have ever smelled before. That foolish duke and his companions were attempting to mask it with pure perfume. But now that you have changed clothes, it's clear that this scent is unique to you. And it is aromally hypnotic, like a pheromone even. Oh my, I can see it written all over your face. Is it possible that you enjoy the fact that I am this close to you, that I am such a dominating and powerful person? Fascinating a sound of fear mixed with excitement. Perhaps there is some use to you after all. Come, there is one last place you need to see. So, what do you think of the tour thus far? Why, thank you. I know I have a big and nice place. There are still many other rooms left to explore. But for now, I'll finish things up by showing you the only room you're going to be acquainted with. This room right here. It is my private corner. I usually don't bring any of my slaves or thralls here. But you, baby boy, are proving to be quite the interesting one. But you, baby girl, are proving to be quite the interesting one. Here we are, my own room. I have many rooms here, but I consider this to be my sanctified sanctuary. There have only ever been 3 people in my life who have set foot here. My grandmother, my mother, and you. I may be kind enough to let you in. But not enough to let you out. At least not yet. No. I've been holding myself for that far too long. Shh, don't struggle, dear. Even if they could hear your screams, no one is coming to save you. It is strange. When the Duke first brought you to me as an offering, I found you to be nothing more than a blood bag. I could feel off for weeks to come, but then he insists that your blood will be able to truly satisfy my acquired taste. I of course found this too good to be true, but since he saved me the trouble of having to pay an arm and a leg just to a specific specimen, I took him up on his offer. You are my slave, but something about you is different. Maybe it's your son, or maybe it's that adorable face of yours. The eyes filled with both fear and awe. Something about you continues to make my vampiric senses go off like crazy. Even when I'm low on blood, I hardly ever struggle to maintain composure as much as I did with you. Yes, dear, you're practically making me go crazy. Thankfully, my many years of experience in royalty and ruling has allowed me to perfectly hide any form of weakness. But now I can no longer hide it. My God, if it smells as good as you do, then it must taste as good. Tell me, baby doll, is this turning you on? Is this making you hot and bothered? How cute, you're practically struggling to speak. I don't know why, but I have this incredible urge to keep you to myself. Like there's a pain that only the likes of you can help to relieve. I never had a slave that I felt so protected over. They're usually just pawns that get removed once I no longer have use for them. But I can't see that with you. No, I can only see having you here with me for eternity. You're mine now, dear, and only mine. You won't have anyone else. I won't let them take you from me. Shh. This has gone on long enough. I can no longer contain myself. I must have a taste. My goodness, you're so warm. My cold fingers pressing up against your skin. I can feel your heart beating so fast, the blood pumping throughout your body, and this neck of yours is so inviting. Goodness me, it's so tender. Yes, this is truly enticing me more and more, and I can feel that pulse in your neck, baby girl. You must be feeling such a rush. Now for the moment of truth. Perfect, just as I thought. Perfect. You tasted just as good as you smell. It seems the Duke truly had outdone himself. Goodness, I drained you quite a bit with just a single taste, with just a bite. Shh, don't talk. Just rest. Let your master take good care of you from here. Now close your eyes and sleep, baby doll. When you wake, there'll be a huge feast waiting for you. Good night, my sweet princess.